Good evening. Happy Mystery Monday. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Miss Thelma. Happy Monday. I'm going to give this a minute to see if anyone else joins us. My technology is moving very slow again this evening. Let's see here. And we will get started in just a minute. Okay, well, it looks like a couple more people are hopping on. Be sure to say hello so I know you're there. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am Jennifer Helm, the Faithful Stamper, and today is the last Mystery Monday of October. It seemed like the month went fast. And so here is the minute you've all been waiting for. Hi, Mom. Here is the reveal of our Mystery Monday card. This is an idea I got from my beautiful friend Dory Schneider, and I believe she learned it from Lisa Cercio, who is another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And so I thought we would make this fun fold card tonight that looks like a little Christmas package. And the sweet part is when you take off the ribbon, you open it up and see the inside of the card. And so this is the card we will be making tonight. Hopefully everything's going to look well. I adjusted my camera stand again, so we'll see how things look here. But we will be using the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set for our sentiments on this card and our little accent as well. And some beautiful Christmas DSP from the Trimming the Town suite. So we will go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to need tonight is a piece of cardstock that is 3 3/4 inches wide by 10 inches tall. And you're going to take that and then you're going to score it at 5 1/4 on the 10-inch side. And when you fold your piece of cardstock, you're going to see that one side is longer than the other, and that's okay. That's exactly what you want. You just have to be a little careful when you glue some of your pieces on. And I'll walk you through that here in a minute. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a piece of Designer Series paper. This is from that Trimming the Town suite. And this piece of paper is 3 1/2 inches wide by 4 1/2 tall. And I'm simply going to glue it to the front of my card. So remember, your short side is in the front. The longer side is the back of your card. Ooh, goodness. Okay, my tape runner is not working tonight. Let's try that. So I've got my Stampin' Seal Plus, my trusty adhesive at hand here. And I've got a little bit hanging off the edge, so I'm just going to fold that under. But there we go. Cute little snowflake paper. Hi, Melody. Happy Monday. The next thing I'm going to do is take care of my stamping on the inside. So my Whisper White on the inside is 3 1/2 inches wide by 5 inches tall. And I am going to use Real Red and Night of Navy. So for the inside sentiment, I chose one of the stamps from the Wrapped in Christmas set that says, "Friends and family are the truest gifts of Christmas." So I'm going to use my Night of Navy ink. And stamp that in the middle. And I'm done with the navy ink, so I'm going to put that away. And on the inside of the card, I'm going to take this little flourish and accent my corners with it. And I'm using Real Red to do that. And I decided to stamp all 4 corners. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. While I have my ink out, I am going to stamp my envelope corners. I'm just going to do the bottom 2 because I figure if I mail this, the top is going to get covered with stamps and return address labels. So there's my cute little envelope. And then one last thing, I mentioned on the front, in my supply list, the front of your card needs a couple of punches or die cuts. And so I can stamp my die cut as well. And I used one of the scallop circles and then one of the plain circles from the Layering Circles die set. And so the stamp that says, "Let the joy of the season fill your heart," fits perfectly inside one of the circles. You don't want anything too big because it'll get swallowed up by the card front, or it will actually swallow up the card front. So let's see if I can do this here. Normally I like to stamp after, well, I like to stamp and then die cut, but to save me some time on camera, yay, it worked. I decided to die cut first, so that I always have to hold my breath a little bit there. But you can see, if I bring the sample back over, that anything much larger than this would swallow up the card front. So you can definitely go smaller if you have a smaller sentiment, but I wouldn't go much bigger than this. And you can also leave the sentiment off the front. I have some samples I'm going to show you where I left the front blank. And I'll show you those in a little bit. So we've got our card base. I'm going to go ahead and, since my glue is now cooperating, put my insert inside. And remember, this is on the taller or longer of the 2 pieces. So this inside piece fits nicely there. And obviously the card doesn't want to look like that. Hi Erica, happy Monday. So now I'm going to bring over the other piece of designer series paper, and the other piece of cardstock. I opted for Real Red, and this piece is 2.5 by 4 1/4, and I scored it on the 2.5 side at 1 1/4, so it's in half. And then I'm going to fold this over. You don't need specific, precise creases, so I didn't bring over my bone folder tonight, just using my finger. And I have a strip of designer series paper that's 1 by 4. So I'm going to glue this on my little package topper, I'll call it. I think I'll fold that flat. I can see better what I'm doing. Hopefully this video looks a little better than Fridays. You guys will have to let me know if the video quality is good for you tonight. Now here's the one tricky part on the whole card. If you're going to make a mistake, this is where you do it, but don't panic. Just watch for a minute. So this piece, the red piece, is going to be our package topper. So we want to glue the card base to it, but the topper is longer or wider than the card base. So put your glue at the very top of the back of your card base. If you put your glue on the package topper, you're going to probably end up with too much glue that you'll then have to find a way to cover. And don't put glue all over the topper piece either, because then it won't work right. And so you don't have to go all the way up to the top. I like to go a good bit towards the top and kind of center that. And so then everything's glued together, and when I tie it shut, my card will close like a package. So next, I'm going to layer my die cuts together. Having a lot of fun making Christmas cards. It's getting to be that season. Now bring over some dimensionals. And these little foam dots I'm going to peel the backing off of. And then this gets put right at the bottom right corner of the card. Now if you want, you can accent a little bit on the sides if you have a stamp that fits. I probably could have used my flourish in there, I just decided not to. You could add a little bling if you wanted, so be creative. And then the last step is to just tie your ribbon on the top. Now I have probably about 18 inches of ribbon. And one thing you can do, you can just simply tie it on if you want, or you can take a glue dot, and my glue dots have all wandered away. So let me grab some different glue dots from my paper pumpkin kit. I'm just going to take one little glue dot and put it right in the center. If your adhesive isn't too wide, you can put just a smidge here on the center as well. My Stampin' Seal is a little wider than my ribbon, so I don't want to do that. But I'm going to find the midpoint to my ribbon and then stick it to the back of the card. So that glue dot is just going to anchor it barely, just enough to keep it in place while I tie my bow. Now you can offset your bow if you want or leave it in the middle, it's up to you. If you do glue your ribbon down with the glue dot, obviously you're not going to have a lot of play with your ribbon. And we'll see, I'm not always the best at tying bows. We'll see if I can do this tonight. Ooh, not too bad, a little off maybe. And you can obviously trim your bow up. I think I'm going to do that. Find my scissors. And just trim a little excess ribbon off there. Now, I tend not to fool too much with the bow after I've tied it, especially when it looks as good as that one, since usually they don't look that good. But one thing you can do when you go to write in your card, if you're careful, you can slip the front right out and go ahead and sign your card. And then just tuck it back under. And you'll see you keep it closed. Just make sure when you glue your card base up underneath your package topper that you get it up close enough to the top that your flap is covered by that package topper. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, wasn't that easy? That wasn't even 15 minutes to put that card together, and most of that was, well, some of that was me chatting. So there we go, a simple fun fold Mystery Monday card that looks like a sweet little Christmas package. So as always, I have some more samples. Here is another Christmas card. This is using the Christmas Gleaming and some different ribbon. I put Thinking of You at Christmas Time. And I put a little flourish there in the bottom. There's a matching one on the top. You just can't see it because I'm not going to take off that bow because I'm kind of proud of that bow. That's cute. Now you will have to finagle a little bit if you want your, if you want to put this in an envelope for mailing. Your bow is, I don't want to say bulky, but it definitely adds a little thickness to your envelope. And as always, I put a little flourish on my envelope. Melody, thank you. I appreciate that. And here is another sweet little package. You'll notice on the last two cards, actually the rest of the cards, I decided not to go with anything else on the front. This one I really like this shiny Designer Series paper from the Christmas Gleaming set. And I did tie a different bow. This is more like a knot. Yes, Selma, this is perfect for using up your Designer Series paper. And don't forget, it is on sale until Saturday. And this one I used a different sentiment. May your season be filled with all the wonder and blessings of Christmas. I believe that's from the Greatest Part of Christmas stamp set that we have. And if you need any Designer Series paper, here is my website, and there's the October host code. 15 packs of Designer Series paper, 15% off until Saturday. So there we have that. And this obviously can be used for different occasions, not just for Christmas. I was thinking, wouldn't this be perfect for weddings or showers, bridal showers? Could even be used for baby showers. And of course, birthdays. So I didn't have any birthday paper that I wanted to use, but I did this one a little bit differently. This is one of the pieces from the Gilded Autumn set, which has the gold to it. And so I used gold foil paper on the top for the package topper. And the directions are the same. I will say, when you score gold foil or any color, be gentle with it, because if you press too hard, you're going to tear that foil paper, and you don't want to do that. So I tried not to handle the foil too much because I didn't want to put my fingerprints all over it and scratch it up. So I was very gentle with the foil, but doesn't that look sweet? And then I used a sentiment from our So Sentimental set, wishing you much happiness today and always. So this is a great wedding set, or wedding card. Could be used for a lot of different occasions. That would work for birthdays too. Thelma, we should have a contest and see who has the most designer series paper. You should see all that I have. 12 by 12, 6 by 6. I probably cringe to think of how old some of my designer series paper is because I'm so in love with it, I don't want to part with it. I'm trying to get better about that though. So there we have it, ladies. That is our sweet little package that you can use for any occasion. And just a nice way to use up your designer series paper. So I hope you enjoyed making this card. If you crafted along with me, please share pictures of your projects. I would love to see what you ladies come up with. I appreciate you taking time out of your Monday evening to join me and learn a new technique. This Friday, the 30th, is my Friday Facebook Live, and we will be making a gift card holder, as is my tradition on the last Friday of the month. So I hope you will tune in and join me for that technique. This video will be available for replay on my Facebook page, The Faithful Stamper, shortly after I complete the video, and it will also be uploaded to YouTube, which is, my channel is Faithfully Stampin' with Jennifer Helm, and you can find past videos on that YouTube channel as well. So thank you, ladies, for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this quick and simple fun fold card. Have a great week, and I hope you'll tune in again Friday. Happy crafting!